And as the previous episodes would have been way too long if I had this in, welcome to another Advent Calendar episode. Let's enjoy the show. Very green eyes.
Sonny.
Say, Chloe's still lying in my bed. And it's dead.
Glowell is dead, alright.
That was, unique.
Well, there she is with all those big green eyes. At least we see some color sometimes.
Oh, that is cute. Nobody has ever given me such a unique compliment before.
Forgive me, my name is Santino Featherland.
I thought so. You look more or less like I imagined.
More or less.
Sometimes less is more, Mr. Featherland.
Maybe.
You were amazing, dear, as always.
Could you be my little furball and fetch me a cocktail?
Okay. That's a weird sentence, but what do you exactly mean by that, Natasha?
But of course.
But I guess the mobster will go away and we can talk in peace, question mark?
Ibn will be back soon. We'll have a few minutes to talk. Then he'll end the conversation and throw you both out.
Alright.
With all due respect, ma'am, we're not that easy to get rid of. Doesn't matter who's trying, believe me.
I think that's the idea though. They don't want to make the image like you are actually working for them or anything, but rather the idea that you will not be around here.
Doesn't matter, he'll do it. That's why I'm telling you. I don't want a scene. My room's upstairs. Meet me there in 20 minutes. Come alone, Sonny. You'd be too conspicuous otherwise.
Alright, alone.
Hey,
I understand. You know, they call him Target Marty at the station.
I don't have time, Mr. Featherland.
I can understand.
Sure thing, Natasha. I'll come to your room. 3 knocks, a short pause, then another 3.
I'll be waiting. Go, before he comes back.
Alright. We shall
I
go.
knew she was trouble the first time I saw her. She wore danger like a perfume. It was simply part of her being, and it attracted me, like light attracts the moth people. I wanted to be the microphone as she whispers her melodies, or the pillow she rests her feet on while reading some cheap romance. I wanted to be her nightdress, barely touching, barely covering her marble skin. But I was a cop, and a lifetime wouldn't be enough to rid myself of what a woman like her hides under her makeup. Keep your distance, Sonny. Just keep your distance.
So, a dangerous lady, but someone that you would kind of like to fall for, but you shall try to at least keep your distance, indeed, like you say. Well, here we are, in her apartment then. What's this painting?
Gee, that is a, unique picture, and kind of daring. I admit I've never seen anything quite like it before.
Yes, I admit it's a little daring. I keep it. It evokes good memories. A precious old friend of mine. A most wonderful artist.
He's got an eye, that's for sure, considering his model.
Was that supposed to be some kind of compliment?
Think so.
I don't know. I don't compliment often. Not on purpose, anyway.
Oh, you're funny.
Oh, that's certainly what we are. Try to be anyways. But yeah, it's quite of a picture.
This woman's aware of her charm, and she knows how to use it. A rare and dangerous combination.
Gotcha. Another one, the seventh rule of the predation. Looks cool. The goat eating the pig's eye.
You got a beautiful place here, Natasha. A peaceful little island on the ocean of madness, with very classy furniture.
Ibn likes me surrounded by elegant things, you know?
You're an elegant thing yourself, sweetheart.
Oh, that's charming. Thank you, detective.
Very much.
Light is the brother of darkness.
More like its lover, don't you think? Anyway, I thought I hired a detective, not a poet.
I'm not a poet, Natasha. Just a fool.
Oh, what an act.
Good thoughts.
Light is the brother of...
Yes, it is the brother of darkness. Light and the darkness. That's the exit. We're not gonna go there yet, but there's a mirror.
I bet you spend a lot of your time staring into the mirror. Do you even recognize yourself?
Maybe you were trying to be rude, but, you know, that's a very good question.
It is, regardless.
I was just trying to be rude.
Oh, really? Well, then I'm sorry.
Don't mention it. So this is where the magic happens, right? The big transformation.
Every woman needs a little magic, and every man needs some illusion.
Oh, depends, I guess.
You're right there, Angel.
But in some situations, I guess, yes. Depends.
So this is where the magic
Depends
happens, right?
on the people, anyways. I'd feel like, or the animals in this case.
This woman's aware of her charm, and she knows how to use it. A rare and dangerous combination.
So is that the only thing you're gonna say?
This woman's
Yes.
aware...
Indeed. So, Natasha.
How do you like your bourbon, Mr. Featherland?
In a glass. But thanks, I had a couple before I came. I feel like this may be a long night.
I hope it doesn't bother you if I have one myself.
Of course not, Natasha.
I get offended if women don't drink in my company.
Oh, you are a funny guy.
So I've been told. Anyway, lovely room.
Yes. Look, Mr. Featherland.
It's sunny. Saves us a lot of time.
Okay, Sonny.
So, why am I here?
You know, men tend to babble in my presence.
Well, we'll try to go into the, just into the case.
It must be exhausting.
It is. But you're not the type to beat around the bush.
Is it too banal if I tell you it's an occupational hazard?
Terribly.
So can I start the unpleasant questions?
I've asked you here so you can do what you do best.
Really? I thought you asked because you wanted me to investigate for you. But if you'd rather be drinking...
Har, har, har.
Oh, you do have a sense of humor. How reassuring.
Only if I'm a bit hungover. That's usually quite common.
Oh, please drop the act about being the alcoholic, heartbroken ex-cop, Sonny. It would undoubtedly suit you, but I've seen you scanning my room. From the second you set foot in here, you started working, and everything I say gets sorted in your brain. Am I right?
It is still right, yes, even if he would be a little bit of an alcoholic too.
That's a bit of an exaggeration, but yeah, it's something like that.
Well then, Sonny, come at me.
Oh, that's something I don't hear often. With pleasure.
Like, how do you know our 5? Or X5 at the very least?
Seriously, how did you find me? Not even my boss knows where I live.
Although I didn't include Ibn in my little private mission, some of his resources were still available to me.
Okay.
Yeah, let me guess. There's someone at the station working for him.
Someone? You're so cute when you're playing naive.
Have you ever had dealings with the police?
Not in this city.
Okay, but in some other place before.
And otherwise?
Does it really matter, Mr. Featherland?
It might, considering that maybe there's someone that is doing this threats is from the previous life somewhere else.
Maybe it does. More than a little.
I'm afraid you'll have to unravel that thread yourself. But you will find nothing but a dead end.
Okay, well, question it then.
Natasha is a confident woman. I can exploit that. But I must be careful. Every part of her oozes danger.
Danger. So, in this oozes danger, confident. That was a remarkable performance.
That was a remarkable performance.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Do you perform here frequently? You're also the owner, if I'm not mistaken.
Indeed.
Sadly, I don't have the time, but the stage still calls my name, and I perform just a few times a year, and always with a new song.
Interesting. Never playing the same one again or singing the same one again, just always a new one.
So that was all the excitement.
I have many admirers, if that's what you mean. Yes.
Mysterious. Well, we did talk about the fact that the picture was very daring, just like chic, I guess, can be. But so is she elegant. The place is very elegant, and so's your room. But like, this place is your... Well, the full place and the room both are elegant, sure, but I think I would rather go for the picture. The picture on the wall is quite daring.
The picture on the wall is quite daring.
Only if you knew how old I was at the time.
Okay.
I think I'm on a slippery slope here.
Come on, don't be shy. Ask me.
That how old were you?
All right. How old were you?
I guess quite young.
Did you really believe I'd tell you?
No, I didn't know. I just asked because you said that I need to ask.
You're quite a player, aren't you?
She is a player.
Life is anything but a game, detective.
You tell me.
I think that should be good though. Maybe not the best, but it's alright at least. So, should I rather go for the admirers or the about Ibn Wessler? But this isn't about Ibn Wessler as such. So... But it's just more about then the question that I don't think it's about Ibn Wessler, but do I want to be going straight more to the fact of these threats, or do I want to go like about the person you're gonna date rather, or So do you think one of your admirers might be behind the threats? I think I'll ask that.
Do you think one of your admirers might be behind the threats?
Those who admire me usually idolize me. No, I don't think it's one of them.
You know, the soul of an animal is extremely complicated. Sometimes all it takes is a bad look or some small rejection to turn admiration into hate.
That is true, of course, but on the other hand, most of them at least know. But then it wouldn't be just any admirer, but maybe some very special one that has been close by. Maybe, possibly.
That's a stillborn theory. No one hates me if they once loved me, Mr. Detective.
That is very confident of you.
Ah, I see.
Plus 10 though. Gold. Very gold. Well... Sure, let's ask about this. I'm not sure if this is again a good question or the best question out of this, but I am curious. Why Deborah? She's a nice girl, but why didn't you come to me?
Why Deborah? She's a nice girl, but why didn't you come to me?
Didn't you ask her the same thing already?
I did, but I like to hear it from all sides.
Well, since this whole thing started, I admit I'm not too keen on leaving my home. When I do, it's only with an escort.
Ibn Wessler has nothing to do with this?
Ibn has everything to do with me. Almost everything. But I didn't want to upset him with this. He thinks I'm overreacting.
Deep behind the diamond skin lies the truth. It doesn't matter how hard Natasha's trying to hide it. She's scared. Now I must concentrate to finally find out what I want to know.
So she is scared. So I assume that 4 of these are the max, as in now confident, mysterious, cold, scared are her traits, so impressions, so to speak. For some reason, it just feels more like traits to me. So what was in those traits exactly?
What was in those threats exactly?
The message itself is not a threat. It's just a word.
But a word again and again is threatening.
Exactly.
Okay. What is exactly the word then that has been repeated?
So,
You really don't have any idea which word could be used for a woman like me?
Don't ask me, I don't know.
I guess I do. Yes, I think I know what it could be.
Right now, at least nothing comes into my mind.
Whore.
Well, I was thinking about that a little bit, but I didn't want to say. Of course, there's a lot of those sort of possibilities, but I didn't wanna. I don't know. I didn't know for sure nonetheless.
Cat got your tongue? Am I right? You heard it. I said what you were thinking. And yes, that was in the message. That was printed on the paper and painted on my wall in giant red letters.
Interesting.
Well, thank you for your honesty.
Plus 20 though. Okay. Filmar. I don't know if I want to go and talk to say about Filmar to her. That is of course a suggestion, but she's already doing it. She's already kind of lying low. To some degree anyways, as in not going and leaving places alone and stuff. Now that's a good question. What would be the best question out of here? Well, I'm not gonna say about Filmar, nor the success you lie low. I am curious about this, but I'm not sure if this is the right one. So this is kind of like, there was even talk about the fact that the Mafia Bozo does have everything to do with her. So I guess I will go for this. Could the threats have anything to do with the dangerous relationship between you?
Could the threats have anything to do with the dangerous relationship between you?
You mean I'm a cat and he's a rat?
I guess that's also a possibility.
Every interracial relationship has risk. But yes, this one's more conspicuous than most.
Clawville's a very open and free city, but I guess you see more radical transgressions than I do.
Possible.
One of the most common causes in homicidal and predatory cases, ma'am. So, yes.
Well, I don't know about that. Nobody ever questioned our relationship openly. We are what we are. And you know, if you're interested in my personal feelings, danger fills our relationship with a flavor no other can replace.
I gotcha. I like it.
It must be one interesting relationship, that's for sure. I'm not sure I can feel the same, but I can certainly understand it.
Maybe one day you'll experience it, Sonny. Have you ever been with a predator before?
I'd say a big no on that.
Well,
Well,
that's unsteady ground, Natasha. Let's turn the questioning around if you don't mind.
as you wish, Sonny.
I was hoping that that would at least be a plus still. How many fools like me have you used up, Natasha?
How many fools like me have you used up, Natasha?
In all my life? Well,
A lot?
I just forget it. I don't want to know. Curiosity killed the cat. No pun intended.
Or in this case, you, and you're not a cat.
I'm just joking. You're not a fool, Sonny. I know that was supposed to be a kind of insult, but it usually rolls right off me. I can't take cockadoodling, so you can put aside the strutting stuff while you're talking to me.
Cockadoodling.
Fair point. Broadcast received, ma'am. Natasha is a mysterious woman, but I must gouge out at least one of her secrets. Enough games. It's time to know why I'm here.
Minus 60 from that, but I couldn't help it. I had to ask that stupid question. Let's stop beating about the bush. How do you know Molly? That is an important question.
Let's stop beating about the bush. How do you know Molly?
I'm prepared for that question, but it's still not easy.
You knew very well that if you threw in the name of my wife, I'd come to you, no matter how vague and suspicious the case was. I just want to know if you're simply a manipulator, or you're really that desperate.
I really know her. I'm not lying.
Oh, really? How? Were you a nurse, too? Forgive me, but I don't think so.
Don't be rude and so cynical, Sonny.
I'm sorry, but that's me when feline claws are at my throat.
Molly is an old and good friend of mine. She has nothing to do with this, but I knew that if I didn't mention it to you, you wouldn't have come.
Okay.
Yeah, Natasha, you're right there.
I knew you were a decent fowl, that you would help me. That's what you're famous for.
Don't go there. Flattery doesn't work.
Look, forgive me. I shouldn't have brought your wife into this.
You're right, you shouldn't have. But to be honest, I don't think she's my wife anymore. On paper she is, but I haven't seen her in years.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Really?
Really, really. Dot, dot, dot. Dot, dot, dot.
I did. I knew. I checked you out before I sent Deborah.
So that was a lie.
Cluck me. This case is getting more and more intriguing.
Cluck, yeah. Now it's exactly on the 50-50. Do I want to say that you played me, or do I go for the... What exactly do you want from me? I feel that this is the more negative, but it might still be giving us more of an answer than this one. So you played me from the start, didn't you?
You played me from the start, didn't you?
It wasn't my intention.
So you did.
I'm an old cock, Natasha. I've played too many of these games, and I've been on the losing side often enough.
So, you're going to walk away?
You're damn right. I don't know if it's worth it for me.
Look, Sonny, money's not an issue.
And money is not something we're especially looking for.
Oh yeah, your fawn had already mentioned that. But unfortunately, it'll be hard to spend all that dough when I'm dead.
Dead? Don't even say that.
But it is possibility, you know that.
Do you have a gun?
Me?
Of course you, Natasha. Do you have it on you?
Not at the moment.
But you do own a gun.
Well, let me give you some advice. Keep it with you, always. Maybe in your purse.
You don't think they, whoever they are, would hurt me?
Well, you can't know for sure, can ya?
Don't be naive, Natasha.
You're right. I'll keep it with me.
I don't want to scare you, but 2 cops snooping around can mess something like this up, even if it's just 2 roosters.
You'll keep snooping? Thank you, Sonny.
You're welcome.
Maybe you're getting yourself into even deeper trouble with me. Thank me when this is all over.
Focus accuracy only 40%. Rusted copper. I kind of wanna try again, but the thing is that on the other hand, if we're playing for real, then this should be the real case, and this is how it was, after all. Not bad, but not good either. It's okay for a rookie, but you can do better. Next time, pull yourself together and pay attention to the signs. Focus, Sonny. But yeah, it's just... I think it was okay, but maybe I guess I should have gone faster to the cases, because then the last question there that dropped the bonuses all was just like a question that just I couldn't avoid after all at that point, so it was kind of sad. But oh well. The threat, or rather the threatening word, in the message sent to Natasha is simply horror. It's brief but says a lot, regardless. And yeah, not gonna retry, even though it would be tempting.
Just one more thing, Sonny.
Yes?
Natasha?
Please, come to 37 Rochester Street in Flower Town tonight. I'd like to show you something that could be of a great help in your investigation.
Okay.
I was afraid this was coming. Why there? Why not here and now?
It's something I keep hidden there. I won't take the risk of Ibn or one of his men seeing it.
Okay.
Isn't Ibn too dangerous to keep secrets from?
Sonny, a woman is naked without her secrets.
Obviously, yes. Totally agree.
I knew you would understand.
Oh yeah, I understand everything. So, when do we meet? The night is almost over.
I'll be there in an hour. Don't be early, and don't be too late.
Understood, lady.
Look, Natasha, you know...
Please, this is very important to me.
Sure, I get it. I'll be there.
Thank you.
Until later, Natasha.
Goodbye, Sonny.
Goodbye. No clues.
Do you have a light, Natasha?
That's a good question. We do have the cigar.
I'm sorry. I've never smoked.
Really? That's very uncommon in your line of work.
It was uncommon in all my previous lines of work, too. But I promise the next time we meet, I'll bring you a box of matches.
That's very nice of you. Thank you.
I might take you up on that.
No trouble at all.
Ask about all of these things. So, tell me about the Tsar Club, Natasha.
Why did you name it the Tsar Club when you took over? It was the Millions before.
Maybe you can guess my origins from my name and my accent. I come from the eastern Tsardom of Stavonia. We are quite respectful of our leaders.
Understandable.
You feel that's not the case here in Clawville?
Here? No. Absolutely not, Mr. Featherland. Many here don't even know the name of their king. To them, he's only the Fox King. It's quite disrespectful and rude.
Understandable.
There's some truth to that.
Where I'm from, we choose our leaders ourselves. And whatever they do later, we proudly stand by our decision.
So that's why the name, in respect to your country.
Don't take me for so sentimental. It's only partly the reason. We lived there until I was 14. Then we had to flee. It doesn't matter why. In the end, I was the only one who made it to Clawville. So the name isn't because of nostalgia or respect. More like a reminder.
Gotcha. What about Deborah then? She's working for you?
So, why Deborah?
I could not seek you out in person. It was risky even to send Debbie.
Like that, for example, was probably a question I shouldn't have asked.
It's too late now. Mr. Wessler is aware of my little investigation.
I'm sorry I got her mixed up in this. She's a lovely girl.
She looked like one.
Then about Wessler.
May I be brash?
It's New Year's Eve. Everything goes tonight.
Ibn, do you love him?
In my own way? Yes, I do.
But of course he was also the one that gave this place to you and all that stuff, but still, in your own way at least.
Whatever that means.
You can't understand this, Sonny. There are women who can't actually love. Not like they're supposed to. But that doesn't mean they don't love however they can.
I can understand that part. Like, obviously enough, there's people that just don't ever, like, really, like, of course, love is a complicated question anyways. Like, originally you can think that you're in love when later on, at least for me, I can say that, like, I thought I was in love when I was a lot younger, but after all, then you know better what it feels like, how love is later on, and so on and forth. And of course, there's completely different type of people. So some I'm quite certain couldn't really love, but love however they can makes sense well enough.
That's not a real answer, is it?
If you only accept yes or no, then yes, I love him.
Gotcha. A shipment unlocked of some kind. Message from Natasha.
So this message...
I'm sorry I had to upset you, Sonny, but if I didn't take that step, would we be talking here right now?
No, we wouldn't.
Well, probably I'd be dead drunk and counting sheepmen in my dreams.
I'm good for you, you see?
Yeah, very good. We're not drunk now.
Yeah, you're a real angel.
Indeed. So, about my partner, Marty.
Why just me? What's wrong with my partner?
Nothing in the world. I just like to be discreet. I wanted to talk to you in private because of Molly.
Thank you for your discretion. It means a lot.
Don't mention it.
And then Olivia,
So, who's this Olivia bird?
who is secretary to your man.
I know well what you're curious about. You want to know if she's sleeping with Ibn.
The thought may have crossed my mind.
You men. But guess what? Maybe she does.
And you wouldn't care if she would?
You don't care?
As long as he loves me, I don't.
Well, that's your business. What do you know about her?
She's not the one threatening me. You can be sure of that. I know that was your next thought. The lovesick assistant is jealous of the boss's girlfriend and wants to flick her out of the picture. It would even stand up, but Olivia doesn't have feelings. If she let Ibn sleep with her, it's because she does what he says, nothing more.
That was so honest and raw, I'm inclined to believe it.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Do you have a light, Natasha?
She didn't. She does have this light though. Well, I shall be going then. Thank Thank you. I'll see you a little later.
Well,
Well.
Weren't you supposed to be waiting in the car?
I was bored to tears, Sonny. I also thought maybe something happened to you.
Nothing happened.
You thought Natasha had eaten me alive, huh?
Well, who knows? You're such a fragile little thing.
Totally.
I'm too old for this, Marty.
Then next time, leave the dangerous predators to me.
I didn't mean that, Marty. I meant you.
Oh.
But there is one more thing we need to do. We can't talk to her now, though. We should do that too quickly soon enough, but we need to first and foremost talk to him. So let's do that.
So, have you talked to Natasha?
Indeed.
In fact, yes. She was, kind of mysterious.
Maybe I should have asked even of him.
I bet she was. You know, I've never abandoned a case before. Not voluntarily, anyway. But that woman...
You're, too old for this shit, huh?
As you say, pal.
That's exactly how I felt, too.
Before you leave, take this and examine it closely.
Alright, thanks.
What is it?
The reason I've decided all of this is not worth it for me.
Okay.
Wow, that sounds encouraging.
Take care of yourselves, guys. This case, maybe it goes deeper than you'd think.
Maybe.
Oh, that makes my feathers stand on end.
Ah, old croakers. You're safe while I'm here.
Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot.
Okay, I didn't say anything.
Well, I can ask you something too. I guess I should quickly check at least what the item is. The golden eagle. Is that it?
Come to daddy, darling.
Nah. That's not it. A key definitely wasn't here before, but I guess
We
this
stepped into it, didn't we?
this must be what he was
Of
talking.
all that's furry. What kind of a list is this?
Yeah, that's what I was looking in.
Exactly. I have no idea, but I don't even want to find out.
Those names, all top dogs. Maybe they play cards together.
Sure, that's very likely. Anyway, I pried this list out of a dead man's hand. Somebody dropped him outside the forest, a few miles from the Wessler residence.
Intriguing.
I should have known she was keeping secrets.
Keeping secrets. She's the secret herself.
Thanks, Filmar. This could be important.
Possible.
Don't thank me. Maybe I've just signed your death warrant.
Who can say?
Oh, thank you, sir.
Oh, shut up, Marty.
Calling Booze darling. It's kind of weird, don't you think?
Says someone who calls his gun collection his harem.
Touché. I'll shut it.
There you go.
Good birdie.
But questions.
Take care of yourself, old bird.
You're one to talk.
True. They probably should have asked him about him too then, but I wasn't sure. But anyways, about Wesley.
The truth is, Ibn's a dirty bastard, but he's likable. It must be his charisma that snared Natasha.
Maybe there's more to it than simple wild love.
Who knows? Animals commit the dirtiest of deeds for wild love.
You've got a point.
What about the strange list of the names?
We stepped into it, didn't we?
That's an understatement. All of these names,
Belong to the upper crust. Yeah, I noticed.
it's only some sex cult, if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Don't even go there, Marty.
Yeah, all right.
What about Natasha Catzenko?
Wonderful girl. Either I'm gonna kill her or I'm beginning to like her.
That's funny. I swear I've heard that before.
To be honest, me too.
Yep. The weekend house. Do you know anything about that?
So, Natasha invited us to her weekend house.
That's either very good news or very bad news.
50%. That's not that bad, is it?
Yeah.
That's an admirable attitude.
Attitude, yeah, he's got that. Most of the time, I think that's all he's got.
Hey,
And then what about Olivia? Do you know anything about her?
Who is this woman anyway? She's like Ibn's shadow. Nobody knows anything about her.
I don't know if she has anything to do with the case, but it's worth keeping an eye on her anyway.
More women, more trouble.
Even more trouble.
You already fantasizing?
Even the sight of young women make me tired. Anyway, most people say she's the rat's lover too. But next to Natasha, I doubt he'd want her. Anyway, the pussycat would have already torn her to shreds.
Could be.
Well, she didn't seem to care too much, but thank you. Take care, Fillmore. I'm gonna have a little chat with Olivia too.
Oh, it's you. How can I help you, gentlemen?
Look, we really don't want to dig into your personal life, but
But what exactly is my relationship with Mr. Wessler? And how close am I to him?
Yes.
you don't beat around the bush, ma'am.
well, actually, I remember.
I don't have time to chit-chat, Mr. Featherland. So yes, I'm not one to beat around the bush. And no, I'm not sleeping with Mr. Wessler.
Well, thanks for the quick and straight answer.
If it's true,
Anything else?
gentlemen.
Look, Olivia, you know, last time...
Please, Marty, there's no need.
Yes, there is. I know I wasn't a gentleman, and I know I should have called you, but I was young and...
Stupid.
You don't have to explain. I wasn't waiting long for your call. I forgot about it fast.
That's good to hear, I suppose.
Yay. So, can you tell me about the SAR Club?
Do you come here often, Olivia?
No, not really.
Well, okay. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Well, short answers to short questions. What about Wessler? What do you do for him then?
You know, Ibn's not as ferocious as you'd think. On the contrary, he's become very different recently.
I heard. Don't you find that weird? A sudden change of heart?
Sometimes an animal just has enough. Fed up and wants a change. I deeply respect that.
Well, thank you for your honesty, ma'am.
What about Natasha?
What's your relationship with Miss Natasha Catzenko?
We've talked a bit, that's all.
There's no tension between you? You know, the pretty secretary.
Well, thank you for your compliment, Mr. Featherland. No, no tension. Natasha's an intelligent woman. I respect her.
Is that mutual?
That I can't tell.
You know about the weekend house?
If I'm not mistaken, Natasha has a weekend house in Flowerville.
Yeah, that's right.
Can you tell me anything about it?
I've never been there. Allegedly, it's beautiful. Elegant and luxurious. Just like Natasha herself.
Well, that's about it then, I guess. Okay, where do I even leave from here? I have no idea. How do I leave? Or do I just go back to the map screen? That may be it. Probably. So, to the flower wheel, to the weekend house we go then next. I guess I should be ending here and it probably will be alright. So we can then next time from here be leaving. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed some more of the Chicken Police and the story. There was a lot of talking and me failing at questioning, but what's new there? So anyway, see you for more tomorrow then. So bye bye, see you then.